Today we are going to move in this NUC into a deep. Welcome to the TeaBeeArtTech channel. This NUC, I overwintered a small swarm that I caught at the end of July, and you can tell that they're fairly. This is just full of bees, so we might actually see some swarm cells in here. I'm not sure. We're going to take the frames out and move them into this deep that I had prepared. I just set it right in the same location that the NUC was in, so that they'll be able to find their home. And one by one, I'm just going to move over these frames, and we'll see what happens. Got you set up on the hay bale there. We'll see how that goes. We'll take the first frame out now. And we'll take it out nice and slow. We don't want to roll any bees. We don't want to hurt them. This frame has some nice honey on it. So we're going to put it in the exact location that it was in inside the NUC, which is going to be on the outside of the brood chambers, or the brood frames. And keep going. As you're doing this, you will have quite a few bees that accumulate at the outside of the hive. This is just because they are coming back home and they're like, something's not right. This doesn't look the same. Where's my house? Okay, these look really good. It's got a little honey. Actually, it's got a lot of nectar in it. Looks like it was recently collected. It's not capped. It is early March in North Carolina, foothills. Going to give them a little puff of smoke, calm everybody down a little bit. The faster you can do this, the better. You don't want to be in a super hurry, but the longer it takes you, the more bees you're going to have in the air. Also, you're going to have robbers start to show up, trying to go into the hive and steal what they can. All right, this is full of brood. Looks really good, especially for early March. Great brood pattern. It does seem that this is a younger queen, probably first year queen. I got 2 frames left. This is another full frame of brood. It's got a perfect pattern. Nectar and honey on the outside of the frame. I'm trying to look very quickly for the queen because we do want to make sure that she gets in here safely. but I don't want to take a lot of time. So we're just going to assume that she is in here. We've got uncapped brood, which means in the event that there is something wrong, they will be able to make themselves a queen. Of course, that's like worst case scenario. We hope that that doesn't happen. Nice heavy frame. Again, this is another frame of nectar and honey. So we've got 2 full frames of brood, and I have placed them right in the center of this box in order to basically make sure that it goes into the exact position that it was already in. Being careful as I put the last frame in not to squish any bees. Killing bees should be something that does not happen normally. We don't want to kill them, so just make sure you're very careful as you're taking frames in and out. As you can see, if you can see, this is still full of bees. So I'm trying to look down in there. I'm making sure that, mainly, that I don't see the queen. And if I do, we need to make sure that she gets into the new box very carefully. I don't see her in there. Again, we're going to assume that she is on one of the frames that we put in. And I will even check that later, once everybody's calmed down and found their way home. We'll check this out, just to make sure she did make it. But for right now, we're just going to turn this box upside down, and we're just going to shake what we have left in there. Alright, there's only a few left now. That box still smells like home. So the next thing we're going to do is put the top on this and just set that box on top of this one, on its side. And I'll show you why we do that in just a minute. Okay, I've got my screened inner cover, and I've got my telescoping lid. We're going to puff a little smoke in here. What we want to happen is all the bees to go down into the frames, mainly to get them off of the rim, so we don't squish any bees as we put the rim on, or as we put the screen inner cover on. Alright, there we go. Now let's put the telescoping lid on. And we have transferred ourselves a hive. So now we're going to take this NUC box, we're going to lay it on its side on top of this hive. Let me grab you and show you what's going on now. Okay, so a lot of bees are coming back and they're investigating this box. What's going to happen is they're going to realize that this is not home anymore. And they're going to walk out onto the front of this lip and climb down the front of the box. This is where they should catch the scent of their queen, and the bees will start notifying each other by fanning their wings in the opposite direction of the queen. Everyone should then just crawl right into this box. And this flying around that we see on the outside of the box should calm down substantially. So there we go. That's how we transfer a NUC into a 10 frame deep.